Hello everyone and welcome to today's edition of the Community Policing Hour on GPF Press. I am your host Sergeant Ibrahim Assow, and today we are fortunate to have Kopul Fode Nyasi from the Gambia Police Force Community Policing Unit with us. We will dive deep into an important topic, that is problem solving in community policing. The community policing aims to build trust and partnership between the police and the community, and help the community to tackle crimes effectively. This is the stand of the Community Policing Unit. Today we will discuss what problem solving means in this context, the advantages and disadvantages, and also the various tools used in implementing this work. And Kopul Fode Nyasi will take us through this important topic, and sit back, relax, and enjoy our program as we dive deep into this topic. Welcome to the show, Kopul Nyasi.
Thank you for having me once again, Sergeant. So
It has been a while.
absolutely,
I think we took a very long break.
a very long one for that matter. But thanks to Allah, we're back today.
Good to be back.
Right.
Viewers, that is Kopul Fode Nyasi for you. Kopul Nyasi, what does problem solving mean in community policing?
Well, in community policing, when you talk about problem solving, you're referring to a collaborative approach whereby law enforcement officers cooperates or partners with members of the public as well as other partners to identify and address the underlying causes of crime and social disorder. And this goes beyond merely responding to individual incidents. It is often focuses on preventing crime and then coming up with long-term solutions. Yes, this is what is meant by problem solving.
And why is problem solving important for police in the communities?
It is very much important, like the saying goes, in whatever situation we found ourselves in, we must have to alternate remedies that will help us come up with solutions in remedying some of the unfolds that happen within our purview or within our AOR as officers. So problem solving is important, one, because it prevents crime, and number two, it helps to build trust and cooperation between the police and the public. And then the other one is it improves community quality of life, and then it also ensure effective and efficient uses of resources. It is also promote innovation. So these are some of the importance of problem solving in CP.
That being said, how do you think community engagement influences the success of problem solving?
Community engagement is key. When we talk about community policing, we can never achieve our objectives if we quarantine or marginalize the community, because the community is very influential. This is where things happen. Certainly, sometimes issues unfold in situations whereby there is no officers. So if there is no rapport, if there is no collaboration between the police and the community, the police will find it difficult to get some of their achievements. So the community is always an integral aspect when it comes to community policing. Police can never combat crime effectively if the community is left behind. They are very crucial.
And what role do the community play, or the community members play in problem solving?
They do play a very important role because they take part. Like we say, it is a collaboration between the police and members of the community to identify underlying causes of crime and social disorder. So they partake. Remember, in problem solving, it is not solely the responsibility. It is not solely the responsibility of the police alone to take charge. Even members of the public, if they are au fait with these tools, they can use it at their own level and solve problems. So their participation alone is a big contribution towards crime prevention.
Viewers, your comments are welcomed. Please send your comments on the comment section, and then we will follow and take it up from there as we dive deep into this program. Rather, Kopulnyasi, are problem-solving tools accessible to every police officer, or are they limited to specific officers?
Again, this will refer me to one of the questions you asked me way back. That is to say, the presumption is every police officer is a community policing officer. To me, this is a cliche. It doesn't represent the original text of the assertion. Because like we said the other time, community policing requires expertise. You have to have the know-how. The tool can be exposed or can be a privy to every police officer. But then the expertise is what matters here. So as a police officer, if you are to use these community policing problem solving tools, you must have the expertise. And then certainly this is not privy to every police officer. Certainly community policing officers or trained officers about CP are the ones who are exposed to this, problem solving tools.
Okay. And how can training enhance the effectiveness of problem solving in community policing?
It is very, very important. It's very imperative because community policing is still being a misconception to a wider spectrum of police officers. So the training of officers, making them or helping them being familiarized with community policing and its tools is very much important. It will help to enhance and then help officers to preside over community policing matters. So the training and building the capacities of police officers to make them or to help them be au fait with what CP is about is paramount. It will really help and it will really play a very important role.
I heard you say convention in CP. What do you mean by CP?
CP is an abbreviation meaning community policing.
And how often do you train or do officers of the community policing unit undergo these training processes of problem solving?
The training is not quite often as the way it's supposed to be. Remember, we must, assert this, that's one of the disadvantages of community policing is that it is resource intensive. So to organize some of the training for officers, you must have to put some of these things into order. The financial aspect, the planning and those stuffs, you must have to put those things into place before you can stage a training. But then the training happens not quite oftenly, but it happens time to time. Officers have been trained about community policing and some of the intricacies involved in CP activities.
And how do you engage the communities on problem solving processes?
It happens through partnership and collaboration. Like often, many a times, like I say, sometimes issues should happen when there are no police officers. But then in community policing, you don't leave that gap between you and the community. Whether there is an incident or not, your collaboration with the community members always be intact. So the way we involve them is if there is something going on, you don't marginalize them, you don't quarantine them, you don't leave them outside, you involve them and then assign them roles, give them that opportunity to participate and then give their input. Yes, this is the way we involve them.
What are some of the ways to measure the effectiveness of problem-solving strategies in addressing crimes?
The measures you can use would be after staging a tool into practice. Let's say a crime had happened and then you identify one of the tools to solve this problem. Now let's say if you either use SARA, SWOT analysis, SPESTEL, or any of the tools that you use, you used the tool and then you follow the sequence that you are supposed to follow. At the end of your assessment, you will determine to know whether the tool has worked for me or not.
And how can we encourage more collaboration between the police and the communities to improve problem-solving efforts?
Again, like I said, it's narrowing the gap between the police and the community. police should not only wait for incident to happen and then knock on the doors of the members of the community. Remember, in community policing, we stress this over and over, and I will reiterate it again. We cannot, get what we want if we let the public away, or if we let them outside. We have to always make sure that there is a social coexistence between the police and the public. We have to get closer to them. We have to make them understand that we are you and then you are we, like it is stated in the principles of community policing. Police officers must know they are the community, and community policing must know the community must know they are the police. Yeah, so in this way, we can ensure that happen.
Well, what are some of the benefits of using problem-solving strategies in policing?
The benefits of problem-solving strategies in policing. One, it ensure effective utilization of resources. It ensure, effective utilization of resources, and then also it, improve police operations. It improve police operations, and it also widen the understanding of police officers, or direct them as per what approach they will take in addressing a particular problem that they have in hand. Yeah.
Well, like we always say, your unit is as important as any other unit
Very well.
out there, and in the Gambia police force.
So,
What advice will you have, or will you give to police officers out there when it comes to problem-solving techniques?
yes, that is a very good question. But the good thing is, Sergeant, so I am made to understand that out of patriotism, out of passion, out of having love for one's profession, I understand that a lot of police officers are out there studying or pursuing community policing. This is a very, good step in the right direction. And I will encourage all police officers to not wait, let them do what they can to have an area of specialization, an expatriate area as per what their field is about. So the advice I will have for officers out there, like the saying goes, community policing is every police officer's business. This is the reality. Every police officer must have the understanding of what community policing is about. Because if you take a look at the rationale behind the operationalization of community policing, it is more appreciative, it is more adaptive, and it is more preferred. So every officer should take it as a responsibility to affect yourself with the intricacies involved. Like I said, the logistic would be a constraint. The police cannot, train every police officer on CP, matters. But then hence, we have institutions offering the course, that is the MDI and the Gambia College. Officers can take it up to themselves and then get to study this, this noble field of policing, which is community policing, and then have the knowledge. And then the beauty of community policing is, the knowledge gain will not only support you as a police officer, but then back in the community you can be very effective and supportive. So the advantages attached to it are huge. Let officers not wait for the police to build their status or garments with regards to understanding the philosophy of community policing. Let them talk it up to themselves and then have the knowledge of what it is about. It's very helpful.
Well, that reminded me of a program that we had with the community policing program and at the Gambia College, and we were there, and we interviewed the principal of the college, the coordinator and the assistant coordinator. We interviewed some students also who are doing the community policing program there, and some lecturers, and then they shared their insights with us. The the program is posted on the Gambia Police on this very platform. Yeah, people can always go back there and hear from the principal, the coordinators, and the students, and what they said about the program. And I think it's very important. Being a police officer, the program is there for everyone.
Yeah.
Because both police officers and then civilians are doing the program, but it's important because policing, like you said, is everyone's business. Exactly. The police cannot be everywhere at every given time. Absolutely. You know, it is you, the civilians, the viewers out there who are out there in your societies, and you report cases to the police officer. Very so it's important that we offer ourselves with all these policing skills, you know, to make sure that we live in a very comfortable environment. Like Kopulu Nyasi stated, this program is at the GTTI, and the Gambia College. So you can be enrolled in one of these institutions and then have the yes, and study this program. It's very, very important. For the Gambia College, they are still taking students. Enlistment is still on, and it's still open. Yourself enroll into this program, and then we will study, and then together we can make the Gambia a safe haven for everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. Every police officer is encouraged to do as you asserted. It's up to our own advantage. Absolutely.
Well, Kopulu Nyasi, I think time is against us today. This is it's a very short discussion, but I believe what we have discussed here will be utilized wisely by our viewers and everyone out there. And ladies and gentlemen, or viewers rather, we have come to the end of this program. This is all we have for you today. Until we come your way next week, keep it locked and be safe at all times. Thank you. Have a nice day. Kill some.